Hello guys and welcome back. So today is Sunday the 15th of June. I'm now in week 51 since starting using Mounjaro to support me to lose weight and get fitter and healthier, alongside better diet and exercise. First things first, having completed 50 weeks, I am currently on the 12.5mg pen, although I am doing microdosing or split dosing, and so I'm currently taking half a dose every 4 days. I've got 1 dose remaining in my current pen, so that will be some point in the next couple of days, and then my next pen is the 15mg, so I am going up to that maximum dose of 15mg. I'd undenied about it, but I figure, you know what, especially because I am split dosing and I've got a lot more customization or a lot more ways I can kind of tweak things for me. It's like it makes sense just to go for the strongest dose and then, if need be, just like take a few less clicks in my jabs once I start that pen. But I'll be figuring all that out in probably the next video, so make sure you subscribe to carry on and get any updates as we get so close to 1 full year of using Mounjaro, and what a year it has been. So if you are new here, or just as a recap, I started using Mounjaro last summer, and at that point I weighed in at 326 pounds, and as of last week I was weighing in at 208 pounds, meaning not only am I very close to getting under that 200 pound like threshold, but also, you know, that's a fairly significant amount of weight that I have lost in a year, and getting towards 120 pounds lost. In the past 7 days I have continued with my usual exercise, so I've got my routine now and it's pretty good. It does mean it's a lot of early mornings, but I go into a spin class at the local leisure centre on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then at the weekend. And then I also have been doing a body conditioning HIIT/circuit/kettlebells class on a Tuesday morning. And I might incorporate another of those types of classes some point later in the week. But right now, doing it once a week is more than enough, because trust me, it takes a few days to recover from that. My muscles are very sore, but I'm enjoying it, and I know that obviously, you know, trying to maintain or build muscle is a good way to support me in the long run, and hopefully just toning up a bit in the arms, in my midsection, in my legs, which will help me as well just to feel stronger and feel better about my progress. So one thing with the exercise that's really becoming like more and more apparent, and I knew this, but when you're actually living it, it's really noticeable, is it's just how less calories my body burns in the same classes compared to what it was burning this time last year. So at 326 pounds or 300 pounds or whenever it was when I was going to those first spin classes, you know, a 45-minute spin class could easily get me towards 1,000 calories burned, which is pretty decent. You know, I came out of that class feeling like it was blooming hard work, but felt like I was really positive about making a real dent in those calories, really burning it off, which obviously supports then with losing some pounds of fat. Now I do those same classes, and I want to say that the effort I put in, or the difficulty, so I'm going to increase the resistance more and feel like I'm pushing more harder, still only bags me about 500 calories burned in the same 45-minute class. Now that's definitely not something I'm disheartened about, and actually I'm enjoying the classes, and doing the classes isn't just about burning calories and losing fat, it's also about improving my fitness overall, and I really enjoyed them. So even if that continues to dwindle down, I don't think I'm going to be stopping those classes anytime soon. But yeah, definitely noticeable where just through exercise alone, I could burn off, you know, a good couple of pounds a week. And now with all the exercise I'm doing, let's say I might burn a pound to a pound and a half. And in terms of diet this week, it has for the most part been pretty steady. there's not been much change. I haven't had very strong appetite suppression for quite a long time now on the Mounjaro, so I definitely can eat. I could eat when I was on holiday, I can eat when I get back, and I definitely feel like I'm now in a stage where I need to put more willpower and effort in. And again, that's probably a sign that actually moving up in strength to the next dose is also, something that I should be considering doing, and I am, so that's all right. But for the most part, this week has just carried on as with previous weeks. We're still in our chicken Caesar salad era. We are loving the Caesar salad kits. We did go out for food on Tuesday this week. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday. And we went to a chain restaurant place, like a Brewer's Fare or Table. And they had burgers, pizzas, curries, all sorts of options. And I did go for a smarter choice meal. I had a Bombay potato hash kind of curry dish with rice and a small naan. It still was probably more than I would have at home on an evening typically. And eating out, there is always that kind of question mark about what's going into it, because you don't know, you can't control how much salt, for example. But I still enjoyed it, and I could have gone for the Big Daddy burger or the mixed grill. So I was quite happy with my food choice, and I enjoyed it. But the weight loss this week has definitely slowed down. And I shouldn't be that surprised, I suppose, because the last 3 to 4 weeks have been pretty severe in terms of going on holiday, gaining loads of weight, coming back, losing loads of weight. So I'm not surprised my body is maybe just a bit well, Nelly. So I'm fine with that. But it did mean that yesterday I weighed in and I had lost a total of 1 pound this week. And that brings my total weight loss since starting with Mounjaro 50 weeks ago to 119 pounds. Now, when I stood on the scales, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit just a pound. I felt a little bit despondent, a little bit disheartened for about 5 seconds. And then I was like, get a grip, Rob, give your head a wobble. You've still lost weight, you're still moving in the right direction. These things are going to happen, especially if you're on a long-term weight loss effort. And let's be real about it, there is less of me to lose. So whilst I'm still currently overweight, and whilst I still am working towards that 180 pounds goal, so that's still a good 27 pounds. So less than 2 stone to get to my goal weight. You know what, even if it takes me another 6 months to lose that last 27 pounds, that's okay. I have lost a lot of weight. My body naturally needs less calories to be maintaining. No matter how much fitter and healthier I continue to get, I'm probably going to burn less calories doing the same exercise I was. And I guess the choices are eat less, which I'm not going to do, exercise more, which I'm also not going to do, or just be okay with it. And that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm like, okay, maybe now I'm in my slow losing era. I've had those big numbers, I've had those big losses, but like I said last week, and so many of you picked up in the comments and said the same, maybe this is the boring stage of weight loss where you're just chipping away, carrying on, but actually day to day, life just carries on. At the same time, despite having only lost a pound this week has definitely been a week where more people are commenting or noticing on my weight loss and my changes in my kind of physical size and appearance. I've had comments from people at the gym kind of just commenting on it. We were out walking this morning and bumped into people who I've not seen for a long time, and they definitely commented on it. And a colleague at work commented on this week. And for the most part, those comments have been positive and they've been very complimentary. I still feel awkward when getting any comments, and it's I don't know. I don't know. I do still feel awkward when getting any comments, and I know that I should be able to kind of feel proud, kind of my progress, but I think when people comment, my natural sort of default response is like, oh yeah, well I had a lot to lose. And I hear myself saying it, and I think, oh shut up, you wouldn't say that to somebody else, and that's what, that's, I don't want to be putting myself down or see it sounding like I'm kind of just fishing for more compliments, because it's definitely not that. But for the most part, comments and compliments have been very positive. and I'm just having to get used to them and figure out a way of responding, with grace. But this week I did get the comment, and I knew it was going to happen sooner or later, but I got the comment for anyone who's been losing weight. Here's, I'm sure, which was, you don't need to lose any more weight, you'll look ill. And wow, I mean, I was a little bit stunned to start with, because this is somebody who has known me last year, has seen me continue, losing weight as I am. And I just thought, oh, okay. Like, you weren't saying those things to me a year ago when I probably looked a lot more ill. I really think, if anything, I just look fit and healthy. I hope I am fit and healthy. I feel fit and healthy. And part of me just thinks, well, is that about me? Is that about them? But yeah, get in the comment. You don't need to lose any more weight. You'll look ill. Was a hard one to swallow. So I managed to just kind of choke out a response of, oh, thank you for your unsolicited advice. And Matt just shut the conversation down, which I maybe could have come back with a slightly less passive-aggressive response. I don't know. I wasn't most proud of it, but I also was like, no, let's not think that's okay to make those sorts of comments about people. Let's just not entertain that. Let's not allow those sorts of comments to go unchecked. It's a funny one, isn't it? It's a funny one with people commenting on stuff. Like, the comments that people have said to me that really mean a lot and have made me smile and I've felt proud of are probably the comments which are things like how well I'm doing in my fitness classes, particularly from other people in the class or the instructors. There's been quite a few times where they've been like, oh, I could see you were working really hard in that class, or wow, you've come such a long way with your fitness. And those things I kind of think, oh yeah, well, I can feel it. It makes me smile, and I think, yes, I have. Yes, I am. I'm also very happy if people comment on my clothes or my outfit choices. Especially now that I have lost quite a lot of weight, I've got pretty much a new wardrobe. It's nice if people will kind of comment and say they like certain pieces. But when it comes down to actual physical size and how I am so much less fat, I don't know. I think I just feel like it just makes me a bit awkward. And actually, while I was thinking about people making comments on things, there's been a few times at work where people have talked around it or been cautious about it. And I suppose, again, that's the thing. If you see somebody who you've not seen for a long time and you don't know, but they are on a fitness grind, or they're working hard to lose weight and get in better shape and all the rest of it, and you see someone and they have lost a lot of weight, you don't know. You don't know what that's about. You can assume, you might think, oh wow, they look a lot better for it. But actually, if somebody does have an illness that's contributing to their weight loss, or if they have an ED or something, so I do kind of catch myself and think, actually, if I don't know how or why somebody is losing weight, maybe I won't comment on it. Maybe instead I'll just comment on how bright their eyes are, or how good their skin's looking, or how they just give off a good energy and seem to be more energetic and happy. And I think there are so many compliments you can pay somebody, but actually commenting on somebody's physical size and how much space they use up, unless you know for sure that is a positive thing that they are working on, it's probably one just to keep. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts about compliments? Are you better at receiving compliments? And if so, any suggestions, tips? Do you try and avoid commenting on people's size, even if they have lost weight? Because I also know, and I see from other people being like, I've lost 50 pounds and no one's commenting on it. And I know for some people that can feel disheartening, that can feel unhelpful. So I don't know. There's probably not a right answer, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are about it. Anyway, this was meant to be a short catch up for the week. I've been verbal diarrhea, talking through things, trying to figure things out for myself, and this video is going to take some editing, so I'm going to go. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Okay, bye.